It's been a little bit since I have seen you guys, but I thought this would be the perfect time to kind of give you a little bit of updates around everything. Okay, so starting with myself, my foot is broken indefinitely for sure. So I've been dealing with that. I also have some other videos that I'm supposed to be posting. I feel like some of them I have lost off of the server. But anyway, we're going to get to all of that. The other thing is um that there is a new love kind of situation brewing in the collective right now that I need to get to. And part of that I feel like is ironic because those of you who know me from my previous channel know how I feel about the doing like daily love readings. Like that'll never be me. Okay. But shout out to the girls that do that. No thanks. I will do it every once in a while when it's a big deal. And right now it does feel like it is a big deal because we have like I'm getting love messages for the collective that are coming through in ancestral readings. Readings in some of like the how we do like the shadow kind of briefing where we discuss things that are happening on the dream or astral realm. There are love readings coming through that, and not in the sense of like how we may come up with somebody who has a love interest or maybe operating in a space of, but it's not necessarily a real true love offer. Okay, right now, because of this new cycle that we are currently in, the new cycle has already begun, just so you guys know that. All right, if you have been feeling a major shift in your love life or the people that you're attracting, it is for very good reason. The ascension process that you just came out of will and has already been like seeding your love life. So for those of you who experience, like upticks or upgrades in like specific areas, like maybe money, your finances are higher right now. You can save a lot more money now. Something about like your job, like I feel like those normal things, because of who you are divinely, like you are always kind of led to being able to have those things, but there's something specific about love that you have been lacking that's being replenished right now. So I'm gonna do my best in talking about the details that have been reoccurring that the collective absolutely needs to know. And these things I've been writing these things down for the collective since December of last year. Okay, we started getting some of these messages in the readings every once in a while around August of last year, but now I'm seeing the theme, and then I'm also seeing like specific details about who this new person is, because I feel like that's important. I don't usually hear that from readers. A lot of times, like readers will just like talk about, oh, this third party situation and this person is married. And like, those are none of my readings. The person that you're supposed to be with, the divine counterpart that I'm just trying to help people navigate themselves to, which is finding their self, but like in another form. Like, there's nobody that is already with someone that would come towards you. Okay. So don't expect that in my reading. If that's the situation that you're in, God bless. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I don't read on that type of energy. And I also, not saying that it's not important to know about that, and not saying that I never will. It's just not a reoccurring theme. You're not going to see a rack of twin flame readings on love. You're not going to see a rack of, third party shit, whatever. So anyway, the new love situation. Okay, so you could be coming in contact with someone who may be a Sagittarius or may have like a Sagittarius or Scorpio moon. All right, this person can also be a Libra or represent that kind of archetype. A Libran is someone who is like, really focused on partnership and like team stuff. For a select few of you, you also may be attracting a Taurus. A Taurus also kind of like has the same vibe similar to a Libra, it's like partnership and all of this, but they're a little bit more bossy. And small caveat for the other person that you are manifesting, they could also have fire within their chart. All right. So they may not even be a super fiery person, but there's specific areas or ways that they emote that are kind of spicy, I'll say. Okay. This person, you and them will have like a balanced attachment. But you may need to set boundaries. This is something that I know for a fact the collective has just recently learned. Maybe within the last 1 or 2 cycles, you have understood the importance of setting boundaries in love and understanding how a person reacts to those things and how that is a form of love as well. Okay. In the past, I may have mentioned this before, but in the past, you could have been with people who like to push boundaries. Okay. Yours specifically, because you are such a giver and a lover and a people pleaser, you've also learned that as a lesson too. So you both, before you guys meet, are going to be dealing with a lot of like, this is how you'll know that you're in this cycle to meeting this person as well. You would have just come out of forgiveness and inner child kind of like healing processes at this, period. With, I want to say, like within the last year, you could have really understood a lot of how that works. This is someone and or you who's a very big thinker. They can be kind of almost like borderline philosophical in their way of thinking, and even just like they may have like even intellectual hobbies, or something about them could be like very highly intellectual in operation. I don't know how to describe that better, but it's something about like the way that they are versus the way that they think may not look like they go together. This person loves to cook. Okay. You could also be a big foodie. So something about like you sharing that love language. It's almost as if food is both of your love language. This person could have Southern charm, be very confident but humble. Okay, they're very lighthearted, and they may love to laugh a lot. um like you may notice that it's not like this person is like super loud or giddy or whatever. It's something about like them just having a very lighthearted personality. Okay, they could be an energetic, extroverted kind of forward facing person, but there is something about them being extremely introverted. Okay, though they're very popular in some realm. Okay, so I don't know if that means that they're widely seen by a large audience in some way. They may have a certain position in their career. They may interface with their community in a certain way. So there's something about that. It's like it has to do with them being very vulnerable with their heart. They are a very sweet person. And you would be one of few that really know exactly how sweet they are. Not to say that they don't show that side, because they do. You know how some people don't show a side of themselves, and then like there's 1 or 2 people that know them a certain way. This isn't quite that. It's more so like this person, they are, I don't know, it's something about them wanting to take care of you, but like we'll get into that in a second. So they could be very ambitious and hardworking. Okay. More on the descriptive side, there is a wave of you who are going to be dealing with somebody who has golden hazel eyes. Okay. They could have fair skin with a tan, or they have like the ability to tan. They have a pale complexion, or they're lighter than you in some way with like red undertones. Okay. They could also have freckles across their nose or their cheeks. All right. Very specific. This person could also be somewhat of an intuitive, or they can have the gift of discernment. It's like they know things without, like, you can have a lot of conversations with this person, and it's more so about an interaction. They may know things about you that you didn't explain or express yet, but it's something about them knowing things about you before you guys meet. They do have somewhat of like a Mr. Gatsby kind of vibe or character to them. This is something that I feel like I've been picking up on before, and I've given visuals in the last channel. Moving forward, I'm probably going to start like incorporating thumbnail images that have to do with the characters. These men and women show up as archetypes, very, very specific. And I think that a lot of you would benefit from seeing that visual to go along with some of the readings, because you can see some of it play out in your own life. Okay. This person has like a very comforting presence to them. Something could be very significant as far as events that occurs March 21st through April 19th. And then there's another date as well. December 1st could be significant. That could be somebody's birthday. We have December 22nd through January 20th being significant. So that's coming up. And then something could have just happened October 23rd. Okay. So by the time you read this message, you can figure out and use discernment in terms of like figuring out what dates make the most sense. This person could also talk a lot with their hands. Okay. So some of these details that I'm picking up on, like the person, their character, mannerisms, physicalities, whatever, some of these things are not going to be so stand out-ish to you. So this is why I'm saying it, because you may not realize it because of there's going to be a lot of energies that come towards you over the course of time from the time that you meet them. They're already in your orbit. Like I said, we've been picking this up since August. So they've already gotten like calibrated to some extent to your energy. So they are a little bit more familiar with them than you are with them. However, once you guys meet, you will start to feel more comfortable, but there's going to be a lot that is coming towards you. By energies, I mean, there may be some form of, I want to say it's like a form of like conflict or some form of, what do you want to call it? Conflict, or no, we'll say that it's kind of like a form of chaos without it being negative. And it's not going to be confusing either. Everything is going to be like very clear, but because it's so much, you may feel slightly overwhelmed. Okay. Your body may think it's going into mental fog, but it's not. It's actually, things are being swept out. Energy from the past, from past lovers, is being swept out. It already started to be swept out, but now that the new cycle is here, this person is definitely going to be a part of like resetting your board, okay, for lack of a better way of saying it. Now, this person can also have a very strong friendship connection with you. They could end up being like your best friend over time, possibly developing into more. And I say that possibly because I know for a fact it may not start out that way with you guys. You're going to be figuring them out, male or female. You will be trying to figure them out, but there's going to be a lot of what they're saying and doing that is confirmation towards things that you've been trying to manifest in a partner. All right. Some of you could have just recently felt like within the last week of you listening to this, you could have felt like that it was almost too late for you to meet your soulmate. The universe is basically asking you not to give up on your dreams of finding your soulmate, even if the situation feels hopeless. Okay. Like your soulmate has been actively looking for you. All right. And I'm not joking when I say that. Like this person has been actively looking for you. They will know who you are like immediately. There's going to be things that they say to you that's going to be confirmation that, they have been either praying for a person that's just like you physically, like there's things about you that, make it's almost as if like they can get a flash of their life ahead when they see you. And that's going to be some of the synchronicities that are going to seem eerie to you. There's going to be a lot more synchronicities that you experience with this person or things that they say, whatever, that are going to feel eerie. Okay. Not in a bad way. All right. They are closer to you than you think as well. So for some of you, that might be a little like scary. But for some of you, that's not going to be scary because you're just completely like, I don't want to say oblivious, but if you know what I'm talking about, for those who find it maybe a little spooky. This person, I'm not saying this person, but you do have in your energy someone who kind of like has canine werewolf kind of like tendencies. And I don't think this is the new person, but I'm saying there's someone within your energy who can like track you energetically very well. Okay. So I feel like part of why I'm bringing that up is because whoever this new love is they can ward that off in some way. I don't know why is such a big message, but it is. It's something about them being like a guardian of some sort. Anyway, your soulmate is also going to be your spiritual partner. Again, I feel like this goes into what I was just saying about them being a guardian energetically. Something about that is very significant. But also, this person, because they're an intuitive and they know stuff, like I said, like they're also going to help you in some way. There's something about you and this person being able to heal each other. Okay, there was a reading I did. I want to say it was like last year, October or September, where I was talking about a person who has the same gifts as you, but it's like they do their stuff different, but it's the same. um, I don't know how to just, okay. So, say for instance, and I'm using only this as an example because it's the first thing I can think of. Say for instance, you may be a woman who has intuitive ability, so you may use cards, right? But this man just uses like forethought and like dreams as his way of gathering messages or knowing certain things about information, something about that. But for a lot of you, it's not going to even be that deep. It's not like it has to be that. It's just being very complimentary. Overall, that's the theme. It's like you both are very complimentary to each other. Okay, last little details. So in them being your spiritual partner, they are going to also elevate your consciousness as well as you elevate theirs. And they also want you to live your life like to the fullest. So they're going to help with that. A few months ago, like in the summer, I told you that there was somebody who's going to be like the equivalent to who you were, but they were going to like want to help you do the things that you want to accomplish. So if you have a list of dreams or like a bucket list or something like that, like this person is going to literally fund it. Okay. And I'm speaking directly to like a divine feminine. Like the person that's coming into your life as your soulmate is attached to actual money and abundance. So that's like in the right now, the present moment, they have money and they want to make you have access to it. But it's also like the abundance factor is activated here as well. So for long term, it's like you guys are going to have a lot of financial opportunities, a lot of financial blessings. And this person is going to like do that with you. All right. They do have very, very strong, hot feelings towards you. It's like they're madly in love with you. I want to say like this is someone who is like okay, so some people look at the word simp as like a bad thing. I look at it as you want your man to like gawk over you. Like you should want that. And your man should do that. It shouldn't be something that you really have to get him to do. Like he should be almost borderline obsessed in the best way possible with you. And this person is that. Okay. Like you may have to like beat them off with the stick kind of thing. Like, okay, enough. Because they're so obsessed with you in general. Like they love everything about you because you are so unique and they actually appreciate those unique details about you specifically. And on top of that, your physicality is something that they are also very highly attracted to. Okay. So the biggest takeaway that you need to understand from this situation is that there are many opportunities for you to meet your soulmate, okay? Because they are nearby. I don't know, for some of you that quite literally could just mean that they live in the same city as you or the same state, whatever, same country, whatever. It's something about it being very easy for you to get to them. it just is a matter of you doing things like intentionally. Okay. So if you know that you're traveling, be very intentional about the things that you're going to do. Okay. Have somewhat of an itinerary. And when I say, I'm realizing as I'm saying traveling, yes, some of you may be going on a vacation soon. Holidays are coming up. Traveling may be just a part of what you're doing around this time, but it also is an energetic thing as well. Travel can be energetically, you are traveling, you are elevating and raising your vibration. So as you do that, you will find yourself synchronicities like following you. Basically, you'll have a lot of synchronicities. Um there's something about this person being very active. So they're going to make it easy for them to be found, if that makes sense. So they've been actively looking for you, but they're doing a lot more legwork physically. I'm seeing them move around a lot more. Maybe it takes you a lot to like put yourself in positions to be found, like going out, going to an event. Maybe you like to do that, but you're very selective. So the chances of you being out in the world while this person is out is kind of like, specific. Because of that, that's why I think the universe always has them moving around. And that has to do with like their job, career, lifestyle, whatever as well. Like they are very affluent, but they are also very, very active, like whatever they're doing. Okay. So you could also meet this person, like I said, at an event or something, but also through a mutual friend. The friend doesn't have to be somebody that you absolutely like know 100% or talk to all the time. A friend that I'm seeing or picking up for some of you can be like an acquaintance. Like maybe you go to an event um at a specific venue that, I don't know, like your company used to partner with. Like, I don't know. That's so, whatever. I'm just saying there's some type of association that links you guys together, and that's why you'll be there. They can have full lips, a button nose, be very grounded and stable. They could also have some type of foot fetish. They could prefer that you are like barefoot at home. At home for some of you is not something that you're experiencing with them right now. At home is like in the future. I am seeing them a lot of the time, like plan from the moment they meet you, they're planning your life together. Okay. They could also work in IT or tech, like something about them being either a software developer, a data analyst, or cybersecurity, something. Um, Education and travel could be something that the both of you have some connection with. Okay. I don't know. They could also be, or you could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, or Sagittarius. Oh, and then initials that I got: TLVS, TLVS, and MZJB. Okay. All right. That is about it. I think I'm going to leave it there. I feel like I didn't give away too much, but I do feel like for those of you that need to know more specific details about who the person is so you can have less confusion, this was your reading. Okay. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Stay tuned for more. All right. Love you guys. Bye.